So, yeah, I just kind of want to continue on here with what I said this morning. You know, like I said, I got the help that I need. But here's the thing, because I've never had any experience with a therapist, a psychiatrist, psychologist, counselor, what have you. Not even church retreat, right? I don't know. I've never been through it. So, like I said, it's not going to be until beginning of June. You know, it is what it is. You know. But look, getting to the bigger picture of how it led to this, with where my life is at, and how it got this far, these jacaranda trees are really starting to look nice. You know, this is one of my favorite times of the year where I like to see all these trees, especially as I did my back-to-back shoot-around home games, Zeros Park East, where in the background, I always have a good spot where I do my recordings there, because it's got the jacaranda trees right there. So, and it's like this every single year. Last year, the year before that, I'll see a whole bunch of these. They're actually growing. This is the time of year they'll grow, like from May to June, you know. So it's nice to see that. You know, it's I really enjoy seeing purple trees like that. I know purple is one of my favorite colors. Obviously, the purple is for the Lakers and all that, and of course, purple also reminds me of my lovely best friend Sam, where our friendship anniversary will come in June 13th. That's not too far away from now. You know, I always get these smiles in June because not only is it me and Mari's friendship anniversary, or not only is it me and Sam's friendship anniversary, but you know, we got National Best Friend Day, and those two beautiful ladies, my lady friends, happen to be my best friends. And shout out to our boss as well. Long-time best friends since what? Junior high. It's going well over 20 years. So, anyways, no mean to ramble off topic. I know June is one of the only few months I would actually smile. Not only because you know, not only because daylight savings time is more extended, but you know, June is usually that time of the summer. And yes, we get Father's Day and all that, you know, but also National Best Friend Day, and not a fan of June gloom at all, you know. but yeah, for the sake of you know, celebrating my best friend, National Best Friend Day, and obviously when you have Sam and Mari being longtime best friends of mine, it gives me a reason to smile about June. Obviously, my mom's birthday as well. So, yeah, getting back to this topic at hand, you know, going bigger picture, I mean, it really should never have come this far. I mean, look, I've had a lot of down moments, and a lot of it was out of my very selfish, or should I just say beyond selfish attitude, reactions, certain moments. And this goes way back, but it's not to the extent that it is like recently. And I'm talking about not just this year, but last year, even the year before as well. You know, how my reactions are, you know, just beyond frustration, beyond what you consider normal anger. I'm trying to keep my terminology, you know, to a certain limit here, because I mean, I do want to go a little deeper as to how all this just came to this, you know. But I mean, I like going all the way back to how some of my past moments are connected with it. I mean, in order for me to do that, this is where I gotta use a different video site where people have to create an account and log in to see my videos. And it's not that I'm going against YouTube guidelines and all that, but there's certain things that I just want to say that I just cannot let anything be known to the public, because YouTube is one of the big, if not arguably the biggest video site, and everybody can see videos out there. Whatever they type in, what's the chance that they may see you, what you do? Someone will see me play basketball, or making a buzzer beating three, or me making like 26 threes, or just going on hikes, whatever. But what I'm saying is, like, most of the other stuff I gotta say, even if I have to go unfiltered and raw, it's got to be on a different video site. I've heard one of the guys I subscribe to, he's one of the sports talk realists. He said there's a site called Patreon, but I think people have to pay, or they can get donations, but I think they also have to pay to get into that video site. Just to listen to what people have to say. You can say whatever the hell you want. Like, if you have to go deeper on what you said, or if you don't want others, like if you don't want the general public to hear more of what you have to say, if you want to have to go a little more personal, this is where you can select a certain audience. You know what I mean? Just some other video site. Patreon's one of them. I don't know if any other site. I mean, Facebook and Instagram. Actually, not Instagram, because Instagram is just more known to the public unless you make your account private. Facebook can be the same way too. You gotta friend someone to watch your videos, or you can do it on the group, one of the group pages and all that. So there's ways, but I still choose to not go back on Facebook and all that. So anyways, sorry, kind of rambling off a little bit here. Yeah, man, all I gotta say is the fact that I'm still in this workplace, being as miserable as I am, and continuing to be that way, it's just, it just has to lead to this. And look, this all started like towards the end of March. I already said what I had to say, and how it led up to not only a lost self-confidence, but me facing the kind of darkness I never got to face, and me failing as a friend, admitting my failure as a friend, and becoming an error machine. And now it's like it got to this point where, I mean, it's time that I finally get help. And this is evident from some of my other friends, even the ones that I lost. Robbie told me, go get help. After he said, fuck your apology, here's my number, go get help. No, we're done, go get help. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's evidence from some of those people. I need to see this, I need to see that. Even Andrew coming out and saying, hey, go see a medical doctor, It is what it is. But honestly, it should never have come to this. You know why? Because I'm still in that workplace. And look, I'm not gonna make any more direct excuse to say, oh, it's my workplace's fault that I said this, I said that. They don't want to hear that. Julio doesn't want to hear that. Sam doesn't want to hear that. Park Jory has made it crystal clear. Lovely Mel, Mari, they don't want to hear any of that shit from me. And so that's why I already admitted I was wrong. But I'm telling you, all of this should never have come to, to all of this. You know what I'm saying? It should never have come to this. Because, I mean, if I knew I was going to have a new job, like, much sooner, that's a huge plus, not only to my life, but establishing a better self-image, a better me. You know what I'm saying? So, come on, man. Like, unfortunately, it went the other way. And now I gotta face the worst of the worst. Being already the worst of the worst version that I am. Worse than I was last year. I'm sorry, man. This is just the reality of what it is. This is the kind of reality I have to face. And it just really sucks that way, So, I mean, look, man. every day I'm just going through survival mode, and after what transpired last Sunday night, just unexpectedly, like, I still got a lot of guilt, and it's been a guilt trip for me all week. I mean, right now I don't feel too mentally sick, but again, it's hard for me to overcome what just happened, and rightfully it's on me. So it's still going to be a lot of painful, it's still going to be a painful trip for me as far as, like, having to overcome what has happened. And, obviously when I got the help that I need, it's just, this is where I'm at, so I'm going to have to leave it at that. And while I'm still in this workplace, I already know what's expected. Because this is the person that I am. This is not what is intended for me. Like, to see this kind of life going through more bad than it is good. Some of it, I know I gotta think positive and all that. Everybody goes through bad moments here and there. But what's making me feel this way? And again, I'm not trying to make this a direct work-related excuse, but unfortunately, for as long as I'm still in this dump, like Lisa said, like, the longer you stay in that place, the more it's going to damage your mental and physical reputation. You know what I'm saying? It's just that. That's why I'm here in my 12th year. I told you, it's not a blessing. It's more of an embarrassment and a disgrace. And it makes me feel like a disgrace. And it makes me now a total disgrace. So, I mean, right now I just applied to a couple of jobs. It's been so long, I got to get right back to it. I got to do everything I can in my power. If I get a job interview, hopefully if I do, you know what? That's gonna help me to start finding hope again, and maybe to see light in the tunnel, near me. You know what I'm saying? So that is that, man. And let me bring up one more thing before I close this out. Oh boy! After the Lakers have been eliminated, Steph Curry, one of the best dudes to ever play basketball, one of the best players in this era. You can probably argue any other era. Best three-point shooter, arguably, as far as like the makes and how he shoots in different ways. Even though he's not so clutch, although I've really been wishing for a long time he makes a buzzer-beating three to win any game, regular season or playoffs. More impressive if it was the playoffs, where I like to see Steph not only make 4 straight threes while the USA team was ahead in the gold Olympic medal game, but in a Warriors uniform, making 4 straight threes to make the Warriors come from 14 down, less than a minute to go, or less than like 2 minutes to go, and obviously winning at the buzzer, which would be amazing, kind of like what I did for Erich's birthday on the last regular season shoot-around game. But yeah, man, he's still injured. Unfortunately, we may not see him again. So it looks like now not only are the Lakers going to be eliminated, which already happened like 2 weeks ago, the Warriors are likely to be next eliminated by the same team. Minnesota is going to have a cakewalk through this series because Steph is out. And the fact that Jimmy Butler's just been a disappointment. I thought he was the dude that's supposed to impact the Warriors team, not just like he did in the regular season, but why didn't he do it in the playoffs? If Draymond's struggling, why couldn't he, impact, help the team? Because he's the one that made the difference in that team. Why couldn't he do what he did with the Miami Heat when he brought those what do you call it? The Miami Heat teams with a supporting cast not so much better than this Warriors supporting cast. You can, like the one his last trip to the finals with the Miami Heat, a lot of those dudes are undrafted, So I don't know, man. I don't know why he's not making that impact in the playoffs the same way he did with the Miami Heat when he brought them to the finals twice. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he had Bam Adebayo in Golden State. He has Kevon Looney. He's got Draymond, who's been a total dumbass like this entire playoffs, you know. And with Steph gone, it's like, come on, man. I'm gonna put this somewhere on Jimmy because he's supposed to be the impact guy, like he was with Miami in the playoffs. So I don't know what it is, man. But it just sucks to not see Steph anymore after the first game in Minnesota. You know, the one thing that's going to save me a little bit out of this everyday misery is watching Steph and, you know, doing what he does. But this is just going to be sad, man. He's going to go. The Warriors are going to have their funeral day, you know, where they're going to get eliminated in Minnesota. They wasted 2 home games. It's just ugly, man. And so, look, the Cavs are gone. The Boston Celtics finally going to be gone. They're going to be gone, too, after Tatum just ruptured his Achilles, man. These guys that are like 3-point guys, Tatum, you know, Dame, Steph. I got a little emotional the other night just knowing that what we're about to witness after this playoff season ends, or, you know, just as the playoffs continue, is that we might see this 3-point happy era just come to an end. And there's a reason why I got a little emotional about it, is because when Steph and the Warriors with Klay Thompson, you know, when they were dominating the league, even before KD came, which made them even more dominant, you know, I've had my better years. You know, I lived my life so much better back then, and just watching Steph, Klay, and even Dame doing his thing and making them buzzer-beating long-ass threes, including the one against Paul George, you know, that to me has just got to be, can I dare say my favorite era? Because I know it's not real basketball like that, and that's why when I started in 2019, I was really starting to shoot threes, and obviously going at a better rate at this time. So, you know, yeah, it just sucks to see the Lakers gone, and now the Warriors are going to be next to be gone. Bye-bye Lakers, bye-bye Steph, bye-bye Cleveland. My finals picks are way out the window already. Cavs versus Warriors, Warriors versus Celtics. Yeah, those are out the window. Wherever the finals is going to be, the ratings are going to be total crap. Indiana versus Denver, Indiana versus OKC, Minnesota versus New York, New York versus OKC. I don't know about that. We'll see. Maybe New York can probably save them a little bit. But anyways, I'm done, man. So this is all I gotta say. And I know I made a whole lot of videos as of you know, since what, like early February or so, or like late January, early February. At some point, I know this is gonna stop. Ever since my first video where I addressed where my life is at, and you know, with the nut ballers as well, you know, where I'm at with the nut ballers, and you know, it was sad to see. I'm still working my way through getting out of this darkness, and you know, with my job applying, for as active as I've been, it's, you know, it just hasn't. It's, you know, it's a struggle, but I'm putting God by my side, you know, just hoping that things will get better for me as I go, and I got to do what I got to do. All right, peace out, everyone.